Oh, Edema. Oh, Edema. Chukwu n'edema. Onye nwe m edema. Chukwu edema. Edema. Agbanwe. Chukwu n'edema. Obi n'igwe n'edema. Eze. Onye nwe anyị n'edema o. Ịmakwa na oge nleleanya n'eluigwe, ebe ahụ ị na-achị achị o. Ewe mfu Chukwu n'edema. Eze m, onye nwe m n'edema. Once again, I greet all of you, wherever you are around the world. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This message is targeted to everyone who has found themselves in the Nigerian state. And of course, having in focus my people. I want to appreciate those of you who have been patient and following what is happening on my page and in our life. On this platform, the seventh dimension, it is introduced to enable us holistically view every area of our life. And like they say, a journey of 100 kilometers starts with a step. All of you who has been a source of inspiration to the work I do, I can only thank you, and I pray that in the days of your trouble, God will arise on your behalf and send helper to you. I remain George ONYIBE, and of course reaching you from Agbo here in Nigeria, and with every degree of certainty, getting your attention around the globe. This morning I want us to briefly look at a topic I entitled The Recovery Process Must Be Approached Holistically, not sentimentally. Realistically, not sentimentally. We have all lost something along the line. One way or the other, we have all lost something. And for you to recover whatever you have lost, the approach must be realistic. You don't build your castles in the air. Your line of judgment should not be based on assumption, because in the end, you'll only be counting from the sky. You can never count correctly. We've been going through process of redefining moment as a people. Most of you are not aware of these changing processes. Most of you are not even realistic in your approach. Most of us think that we will wake up one day, it will then look as if all this shenanigan was never existed in the first place. Let me tell you, I do not fear what man can do, but I fear the consequences of what we have done. And that is why in every instant, I meticulously engage process, believing that the Almighty Creator will allow us to see beyond the very moment, most especially when we are doing whatever we are doing. This is the 3rd of December 2022 rather. Few days from now we'll be in 2023. You can all agree with me that we have gone through a societal change. without the knowledge of most of us. For the past 2 years, a lot of things has changed in our life. But that change didn't start 2020. We were sold in 2018-2019. A divine change was occurring in our life. Nnamdi Kanu and his group who sold us from the middle of 2018. The agreement was concluded in 2019. And in 2020, he unleashed the monster. I'm not here to talk about how this atrocity got root. I need you to follow the line of change, which I'm sure we are not ready to embrace. From 2020, Nnamdi Kanu became God. Because we have been sold, our destiny has changed. You didn't notice it. A lot of atrocity began to happen. Number one, we look at the issue of fetishness. In the 7th dimension, I stand by asking you to go back to your root. Realistically, I understand a lot of people will misunderstand that teaching. But for record purposes, I am a reverend. I will remain a reverend. Nobody can violate my conscience. You come from somewhere. Your father have character. Your mother have character. And certainly they have a way of life. And then you grew up being brooded from within the four corners of your parents' wall. Most of the things you are doing now, is that what your parents did? In the past 2 years now, the level of idol worship that has been introduced in our society is unimaginable in the pretense of Omenala, Northernala. In my yesterday broadcast, I tried to make you see that Omenala and Ordinala is not building shrine. It's not making okite. It's not doing one juju or the other to become what you are not meant to be. I simply need you to find out, these things you are doing today, did our ancestors do them? This very recovery process, it must be pursued realistically. Everywhere in our land, most especially the southeast, more than 80% of the youth have been influenced by fetishness. We have encouraged them to go back to idol worship. The governor of Anambra State made a shocking revelation. Wherever bush they enter to discover unknown gunmen, the first thing you see is a mini shrine. And to some of you, you may think it's working. But you see, in this 7th dimension, we will reveal the truth for you. I pray God will give you the ability, the grace to comprehend the mindset behind every of our teaching. Everywhere now is okite. Everywhere now is a money ritual. Everywhere now is a lot of atrocities. Odieshi from 2020 till this moment. Some will come on radio Biafra and tell you, go ahead, bring money. We are going to do Odieshi. A lot of ritual begin to take place. And honestly, in as much as I will never condemn my culture and tradition, I cannot tell you I am ignorant of the atrocity, of the evil most of these things has come in our land. It is gradually coming up. Don't forget, the theme of this very discussion under the 7th dimension is government and politics. And so, like I was saying, as far as it is concerned, a lot of changes happened. Most of you are not realistic. Some of us now are Rabashirian. Whether you are Robashirian, Yehudian, Nandekano Church, my brother, listen to yourself, examine yourself. You have seen that in Nandekano Israelite church he introduced has contributed to a great deal of damage done to the supposed Biafra restoration project. The gossip started by Hallelujah and Wachuku of Nandekano Arabatarian and Orobotarian. And when they have compromised the whole process after changing Arochukwu Ebino Kpabe to Igwe Kala, Nandekano elder sister became the high priest of Igwe Kana and Arochukwu. Nandekano sister, that is a policewoman, she is the high priest, or is it high priestess? How do they call them? She's in charge of Igwe Kana, the duplicated Abeno Kpabe shrine. Most of you don't know. That is where evil started in the struggle. And then you have people like Benjamin Madubugu, you have people like Oke Foreign, you have people like Rabbi Charles encouraging you, Odieshi, we're going to do charm. But by now, I thought that Odieshi, I thought those charm, I thought all those Chiran, I thought all those Omenala, I thought all those everything we have been doing would have extricated us from this misery. But watch closely, it is getting deeper. It's worsening on a daily basis. And most of you can't even learn. You're not learning yet. In as much as we're talking about our culture and tradition, in as much as we can come out here and condemn Christianity, but I can tell you so far, having conducted a very forensic investigation regarding the role religion has played in our society, Christianity remains the light. I'm not calling for your approval. Because yes, we have a lot of fraudulent pastors who must have deceived you, committed a lot of atrocity. If Satan in the presence of God in heaven can sin, what are more mortal? To err is human. But their atrocity, you can pick one pastor in 10 years who have committed heinous crime against the people. But you see, in line with this fetishness you have introduced into the system, I'm talking about Nandekano and his follower, he takes the blood of our people on a daily basis. Let us be realistic. All the shrine you are building, all the unknown gunmen, all the bullet, all the atrocity, all these things were meant to play a political process. These are polities. Most people in government know what is happening. Let us be realistic in our approach. Those mini shrine you are building, those juju you are building, as a minister of the gospel, as a spiritual inclined individual, I have understood and discovered that every one of us are meant to be blessed. But your perspective for what blessing really is differs. Some will be made to be financially buoyant. You're going to have a lot of cash. But then you will lose something else. God gives somebody plenty of money, and then they don't have children to take from that money. And so after they are gone, that money is gone. The children that will come after them will suffer. It's not because God is wicked or he cannot do everything. He had a purpose. And then you see, most children that are extremely brilliant, majority of them who come from a poor background don't have access to education facilities. And so they never end up in school. And those who come from advanced nation, most of them end up as drug addicts. You win some, you lose some. God has ordained you to be successful. He said, I know the plan I have for you. I know the thought I have for you. It is of good and not evil, that I may give you your expected end. But there is power. And that is what I try to make our people to understand. There is power. There is power everywhere. God has made us to understand whether it is fake power or original power, whether it is bigger power or it is lesser power. Understand there is power. Anybody tell you there is no power, not the person lie. But the misuse of this power is what we should pay attention to. It should call for a concern to all of us. And so God has ordained you to, you're going to be wealthy. Maybe yours is going to be when you are old. Maybe yours is going to be when you are younger. Maybe yours is going to be at the tender age. But you see, when you look for other means to help God in fulfilling his divine purpose and plan for your life, they complicate everything. It's a very long story to explain, but I will leave it there. They complicate your life. God has ordained you to be rich. You are going to do okite to be rich. Okite people will help you to complicate your life. God has promised to give you freedom. You go and complicate that freedom, my brother, you are going to suffer greatly. A journey of 40 days. Moses went to the mountain to commune with God. Aaron was influenced to lead the people into idol worshipping. How many years? A journey of 40 days. For 40 years they were wandering. And in fact, God said, all of you who are 20 years and above, who left Egypt 20 years and above, none of you will enter that land. Aside Joshua and Caleb, the Bible says they died in the wilderness. And I will not prophesy against you, all those of you who have demonized the Biafra Restoration Project, who have brought in juju and building Sharan and Okite and Odieshi. If I curse you, it will not gain me. But I leave you, from your mouth, you will declare the judgment of God. Let us be realistic now. God will punish you. Buhari will die. This one will do this one. Some of you will even come on my platform. You swear for my children. You swear for me. You swear for people who you think you are swearing for me. I can only tell you, from your mouth, God has declared judgment. So have it at the back of your mind. Instead, you say God punish you. You are telling God to punish your generation. Because you have no idea the rock from which I am hewn out of. My brother, Okite will not give you Biafra. It will not give you a better society. It will not make you to rule Nigeria. No. All those petty juju is not taking you anywhere. The earlier you are realistic in your approach in this process of trying to recover, the better for you. The consequences will soon come out. There are every tendency that a lot of our youth are going to go mad. A lot of our youth are going to go mad because our people have soiled their hands. It is now with pride they have soiled their hand. And I thank Nnamdi Kanu who hide under the cover and then destroy everything about us. I'm still trying to find out what led him to what he's doing. And I understand most of you don't even know what is going on. But it's not of any concern to me. We have made our point clear. He has to spend the rest of his life trying to defend himself. It is too late. And that will bring us to the next level. And I ask you, with what you are seeing today, do you think Biafra restoration is achievable? A sister asked me this question yesterday. He said, with all these things going on, do you think it is possible for Biafra to be restored? My brother, let us be realistic. Number one, people have died because of Biafra. People have died. You see, for that single fact, nobody can stop the issue of Biafra. Because somewhere along the line, something will bring back that memory to you. The problem of Nigeria is that they don't want that issue to be discussed. And that is another problem why Nigeria will suffer for a very long time. Get it clearly. People have died because of Biafra. People are still dying because of Biafra. It takes only people who are not human to say, don't talk about it. And so we have been talking about it. But then the realistic question or we should find or ask ourselves now is, with what you are saying, do you think Biafra is obtainable? Do you think it can be restored? Be realistic here. And the honest truth is, with the level of criminality, with the level of hopelessness, with the level of shenanigans, with the level of atrocity introduced into the Biafra Restoration Project by Nnamdi Kanu, his entire family, all because of money. My brother, if anybody tell you that Biafra is going to come in the next 100 years, the person lie to you. The person lie. The process has been damaged almost beyond recognition or recover. Now let's be realistic. Biafra will come, but not in our time. It's over. Nnamdi Kanu has finished his career. But what do we do? What brought us here in the first place? We want a better life for our people. We want an equitable Nigeria, which we know it's not possible. But whether it is possible or it's not possible, whether it is obtainable or it's not obtainable, that fight to be the author of our destiny is a fight we can never sheathe our sword in. We agreed to engage Nigeria through a judicial process, through a political process. We agreed to review this issue. A lot of people are still doing that. You have the Ninas calling out for constitutional review, readdressing of the 1999 constitution. I have not seen Nigeria using gun to chase them. They are not making impact as they should because you don't believe them. Now they cannot have told you that they are criminal. Tony Nadi cannot be trusted. Yes, Chukwuemeka Iruanya and the rest, they cannot be trusted. They are saboteur. But somewhere along the line, their sacrifice will pay off. You have other groups who are fighting for restructure. They can be hypocritically doing it. But that voice is still calling out. Yes, we understand the edict that has been placed on the Biafra issue. We were here to rewrite the history. It was almost a shameful incident for Nigerians to get involved in Biafra matter as of 2015, 2016, 2017. Because every of their approach against us exposes their hypocrisy. They are always doff-handled and put to shame. But look at now. We have given them the right weapon to deal with us. And everything they do is justified. Oh, Americans say leave Nnamdi Kanu. Oh, Universe say leave Nnamdi Kanu. Oh, UN want to intervene in Nnamdi Kanu. Well, who the heck told you that? We've lost our voice. We've lost our position. Because certain criminal-minded individuals criminalize the whole process. My brother, be realistic. With the activity of Nnamdi Kanu in the name of Biafra, let me tell you, if as I'm broadcasting now, they say, hey, Biafra have come. I will say, who bring the Biafra? They say Nnamdi Kanu. I will raise up a team to fight Nnamdi Kanu till that Biafra will not be there. Let's be realistic now. Biafra has not come. One of our brothers have turned to God. Biafra has not come. One of our brothers have lied against all of us. Biafra has not come. One of our brothers have turned many of you to cannibal. Biafra has not come. One of our brothers has turned our land to shrine, idol worshiping. Biafra has not come. One of our brothers now decide who live and who die. Biafra has not come. One of our brothers defile everything about us. And you are telling me, yeah, I'm looking for that Biafra. If I release thunder for you this morning, but I will leave it at that. And so you see, be realistic. Stop deceiving yourself. He has recruits. Things are not working as they plan. Simeon Ekpa is the other side telling you, we have stopped checking points. Simeon Ekpa, I saw your tweet. Where are the Janjaweed on the checking point? They are still there. They are still there. They are not going anywhere. What they do now is to put your brothers in the front row. So come and kill them. You think they are going anywhere because of you? You can't be in Finland and decide what happened here now. 90% of your known gunmen, their life have been made misery. They've not become common thieves. But of course, you will use it to deceive those in diaspora. They will think something is happening. Nothing is happening. You people have compromised the whole process. Because Nnamdi Kanu is playing smart. He now hired Otapiapia, Freedom Fighters Associator, to mesmerize everybody. Now you know it's a lie. You are trying to sustain the lie. And then you have the Nshema group of company. They are still doing the same thing. Oh, we are giving you Biafra. Oh, Biafra is here. Now they are giving you Idu Kingdom. Why are we this wicked to our people? The same Nnamdi Kanu hired those fighting for Biafra. The same Nnamdi Kanu hired those fighting for Idu Kingdom. The same Nnamdi Kanu hired the same people that is fighting for Igbo. Now, let me tell you, I will call all of you out. But the time to expose you has not come. I want to believe you will retrace your step. Some say, oh, we are fighting to unite Igbo. You are not uniting any Igbo. Because the unification of the Igbo nation is not going to be done by contractor. Now they cannot hide inside Nigerian DSS. He's using people like Nnamdi to unite Igbo. Is it my own Igbo? Nnamdi is supposed to be a Igbo man. Does he know the village where he come from? Go and listen to the interview he had with the Omo of Okpanam. You will discover that that interview did not end well. They have to re-edit it. Because Nnamdi cannot think he have sense. He's going there to unite Igbo people. You are cursing those people who say they are not Igbo. You are cursing them. Things you know nothing about. Most of you know the truth. You are covering it. And I hear that say, oh, Nnamdi is doing well, he's doing well. Not for my own Igbo. That contract under Nnamdi Kanu, they are not going anywhere. You don't unite people by force. You don't come say you are uniting people by hypocrisy, deceit. The interview you went to Obio Okpanam, did you not see how it ended? She simply told you, this is what it is, this is what it is. And that is because that woman don't want to open up. Because some things, you don't just begin to see them. That is why I keep telling our people, the unification of the Igbo nation will start by addressing certain hidden truths. There are a lot of truths. All of you out there know you want to cover this truth. It's a lie that I've been told, but some of you want that lie to become true. The same way Nnamdi Kanu have messed up the whole system. Some of you want to wish we are not talking again. Let Nnamdi Kanu lie become the truth. And Nnamdi Kanu lie can never be erased by anybody. The people must know the truth. This is what our father did. And then Nnamdi Kanu and his media warrior, they hire some people. As Biafra, if the Biafra did not pay, Igbo nation will pay. If Igbo nation did not pay, Idu nation will pay. My brother, let us be realistic. With the presence of people like us, if it is not engaged through a genuine process, una don't hit hand for tipper we carry sand. So before you make all those things, we have analyzed you. We know how it's going to be. For example, the Omo of Okpanam, she's not an ignorant woman. She was born at home, raised up in America, has so many degrees entitled to his name. In fact, those of you in Europe, go and find out those who teach Europeans about the history of our monarchs here in Africa. She's one of the leading lecturers in that frame. Because the Omo institution has lasted almost 800 years, transcending from one generation to another. The Omo of Ogbaru is supposed to be the presiding monarch when it comes to Omoship. But of course, because of her age and disposal, they gave it to the Omo of Okpana. And so when you are doing all those games, people know, they will be looking at you. When you finish deceiving yourself, come and knock at the iron gate. Your hand will shred because nobody will attend to you. Let us be realistic now. We came for Biafra. Igodomi go to Biafra. Agadami gada Biafra. Ukotomi koto Biafra. It didn't work out. Because you have sold it and collected money. Then you introduce plan B. Let us fight for Igbo nation. And this is the right thing to do. But why criminalizing the process? Why criminalizing the process? When we see the person fighting to unite Igbo people, we will tell you. But all this crop of criminal, you want to drag Igbo people out so that you will slaughter them, destroy Igbo name, we will not allow you. The one you have done with Biafra is okay. But most of you will not understand. They say, oh, it's against Igbo people. It's against Igbo nation. My brother, I be Igbo. Your own Igbo feel different from my own. I be Igbo. As far as I can remember, when as a child, they will say, where do you come from? I'll say, I'm Igbo. They say, but which state? I say, Delta State. And then they will say, no, now, Delta State is not Igbo. And I say, but we are the one you call. You call us Bendel Igbo. You call us Delta Igbo. You call us Edo Igbo. And I say, okay. So you not partially agree. So my brother, maybe my own Igbo is not inside that your own Igbo. So if you think the same way Nnamdi Kanu and his like has criminalized Biafra, you will be allowed. My brother, that your Igbo will end within that your territory. Nah, man, come to Delta, come to Edo. Those of you writing Igbo history, come and Igbonize us. I'm telling you the truth, oh. That business will not work. Oh. We have to be realistic. Take time and listen to Nshema. The Akwa Ibom man, hired by the same Nnamdi Kanu, under access recover, Nelly Idu. Listen to that guy. Idu first son. Just listen to them. Most of you are buying into it. Yes, we are Idu. Idu is our salvation. We will go from Idu. He will Idu. Why are we this wicked? Let us be realistic. Yoruba is not gambling in between Oduduwa and Ife and Owo. They are not gambling in between. It's not abrakata mi brakata. They're not playing games. What they want is what they want. Irrespective of the differences from the northern region, they are not playing game well. There are different platforms, but all the platforms exist not for exchange, not for bargaining. They are not bargaining chips. All of them have a role to play. And then why are we creating bargaining chips? So when I stop talking about Biafra today, I will now start talking about Igbo nation, the one they have sold. Or I now start talking about Idu kingdom, the one I don't know anything about. What am I trying to say? We must be realistic. There is consequences. The year is coming to an end. And from anything February 14, 23, we begin to get results of the next political transition, which is in process already. And then, in about a year or two, we will know if it will solve our problem. Let us assume Peter Obi win. We will see how it's going to function with the current Nigerian constitution. We will see how the issue of unimaginable, damageable bills being passed under the National Assembly will be reviewed. We will see if the life of the people will be given back to them. Let us be realistic. The first approach is self-recovery. Let us recover ourselves. Those of you in the bush, come out from the bush. There is nothing in the bush anymore. They are just killing you, and that is the end. Some of you, they have told your parents that you are now in abroad. You are training to come and fight for Biafra. So when you die, they will be waiting for you. You are not in abroad. You will be buried in a shallow grave. Come out from the bush. I see many of you, your life has been made miserable. In fact, let me tell you one story so that you understand. Then in IPOB in Port Harcourt, our pioneer coordinator in LMA was arrested by the Nigerian police. For almost 4, 5, 6 months, we did not know his whereabouts. His family began to go through untold hardship. Because IPOB is designed in such a way, every 10 kobo you contribute must go through Nnamdi Kanu and his sister Nenayanya. And so when we raise money to help the family, Nenayanya will say, no, give it to finance department, give it. So all of you contributing money thinking you are helping people, go and ask Nenayanya and Nnamdi Kanu. It doesn't get to them. And if for any reason you decide to go against them, you will hear, he's a thief, he's a thief. Look at Radio Biafra have become a place where they blackmail people. My brother, be realistic. And so what happened? The woman went, and the children went through untold hardship. That woman turned to a prostitute. Do you know what happened? Do you know the people who turned the woman to prostitute? It is fellow IPOB members. The ones that are supposed to be visiting the woman to encourage the woman, one of them started friending the woman. And when fellow IPOB can be sleeping with the woman, maybe the woman feel, well, it's a way to go. The woman defiled her matrimonial bed. And some months later, the guy was released. And when he came home, he saw his home is gone. His wife has entered another lane. The boy left home. The young man started looking for her to start his life. He moved to Anambra, no way. He returned to Port Harcourt, no way. I wonder what has happened to that young man today. You know, then as African rep, they think I am holding IPOB money. But we don't see all these things because we know the reason we came out in the first place. And so most of them, when they meet you, you can't help them. They don't even know whether you have. They will conclude that you are part of the system that don't want to help them. But all the money is within Nnamdi Kanu and his sister Nenayanya. Nnamdi Kanu auntie. And so we know what most of you are going through. Go and find out Ikonso family now. I'm sure Ikonso children are suffering already. Then Nnamdi Kanu tout on social media trying to address me. And the boy, they say he's illiterate. The other one, they say, oh, he goes to school. The other one, he say he's a mugu. They look at you. You are working within Nnamdi Kanu. You are a tout. You are a disease and a disgrace to our generation. You are there. Recover yourself. Recover yourself. It is not the amount of money you have in the bank account that makes you a man or a human being. You must get to the level where you are self-sustainable. I say, what does Nnamdi Kanu do? He cripples you. He cripples you. You believe there is no need to even fight for anything. Let's just do what you got to do. When Biafra come, we'll recover. My brother, you are not going to recover because until Nnamdi Kanu step back, there is nothing like Biafra. Let him collect the money he's collecting and then stand aside. It is our intention to empower Biafran youth. It is our empower to bring you back to a position of genuine self-recovery. But IPOB is out there wanting to mess everything up. If we say we want to introduce animal farming, they will come on Radio Biafra, yes, farming revolution. If we say we want to pay scholarship for you to go to school, they will come, yes, education revolution. Now they can't want to hijack everything. He is everywhere and he is nowhere. Tell me one single thing they have achieved. My brother, be realistic. The best thing you can do as you are moving into 2023, disassociate yourself from Nnamdi Kanu. In the coming days, we will tell you what is going to happen, how it's going to be. Forget about these things. The more you keep shielding Nnamdi Kanu, you are the same person shielding Okite, Odieshi, and this scorpion will bite you. Its venom will torment you greatly. Be realistic. Stop being sentimental. Just look at everybody. Simeon is fighting to give us Biafra. Idu is fighting to give us Biafra. Ogodomigodo is fighting to give us Biafra. Nnamdi Kanu is fighting to give us Biafra. Wazirike is fighting to give us Biafra. Human Rights is fighting to give us Biafra. And all of us are on loggerhead. How is that Biafra going to be? The real criminals are cashing out on all of us. But let's get it right. The right to self-determination is not a crime. The right to be the author of your destiny is not a crime. The desire to live a better life in a more serene society and environment is not a crime. If this is what we represent, it is time to become more focused. A lot of programs will be coming up on this platform, but it's a gradual process. A lot of our people are coming to embrace the truth. They are speaking up already. And those of you who are out there following what we are doing, correcting us as of when necessary, I thank all of you. Those of you encouraging us, one way or the other, I thank all of you. Understand that what we are here to do is to protect the overall interest of our people. It's as simple as that. And when I mean our people, we don't want you to fight us, and we don't want to fight you. Let everybody respect his or herself, and let us do the right thing, which you already know. This is issue of recovery. Let us approach it realistically, not sentimentally. On this note, I will bring this program to an end. Preparing your mind to 2023, few days from now. You have allowed yourself to be fooled since 2020. Eluhuasi, Biafra is coming, this and that. Look at where they have dragged you to. This is the time I think you should play the game of spectator. Get ready, the real journey is about to begin. I remain George ONYIBE, and I sign off from here. I pray to Almighty God that those people who are deliberately destroying our land, our values, just to make money, God will not forgive all of you till you confess openly. Those of you who are ignorantly contributing to this atrocity in our land, I pray that God will give you a taste of that venom you are giving to other people. Test your atrocity against the people, and then let him forgive you because you are ignorant. But when you fail to repent, may he judge you by your action. And those of you who have stood on the path of truth, for the sake of your people, God will always shield and protect you and your family. This evil that is hovering all over our land, it will not come near your dwelling place. I remain George ONYIBE, and I sign off from here.